Okay, so I'm gonna be carving a pumpkin for you guys today. I always do this every year for Halloween, and yeah, I like to do something creative. I don't really like doing any spooky faces or anything. I just like doing something from a show I like, or yeah. I've done a Game of Thrones one. I think I did a Tinkerbell one. I've done a black cat, Hello Kitty. Yeah, I'm blanking now on what else I've done. But this year, I'm gonna do R2-D2. I'm gonna be Princess Leia this year, so I wanted to do something that kind of goes along with my costume. And R2-D2 is my favorite Star Wars character, so yeah, why not? So first step, you wanna make sure you have everything that you need. Pumpkin, container to store the pumpkin guts. I would hate for the inside of the pumpkin to go to waste. I will probably use it to cook or something, so I want to store them. You know, I want to use them for something. Tape, a knife. I'm not that skilled, so I do need a stencil. Yep. Pencil. And my pumpkin carving kit. I put a tablecloth on top of the table so I can easily pick up all of the mess, because carving a pumpkin can be very messy. Next step, I actually like to draw where I'm gonna be cutting the top of the pumpkin. And when you do cut the top of the pumpkin, you wanna make sure that it's at an angle. So then when you take it off and you put it back on, it kind of just sits there. When I first carved a pumpkin, that was a mistake I made. I kind of just did a straight cut, and at that point, it doesn't just sit there. It kind of just falls in instead of just sitting on top. I wanna make sure not to cut it too large so it doesn't take up so much of my carving space. And I don't want it to be too little, so I don't have enough room to scoop out things. I take this little cutting tool and I just start. And remember what I said about cutting at an angle. You don't want to just cut straight. After doing that, it's usually not enough to just kind of pull it off. So you're gonna have to take the knife and just get it out. So I kind of just like cut into here just to like loosen it up a little bit more. It also perfects the cut. It gives it more of a smooth cut rather than a jagged one. Got it off. Yeah. And see, like when I put it back on, it just kind of stays on top without falling in. Perfect, that's what you want. Now that we did this, we're gonna have to scrape off all the pumpkin guts and store them in here like I said previously. I'm pretty pedantic when it comes to carving pumpkins. I really like to get every single stringiness and guttiness and mushiness and seeds and everything out of it really, really well. I like to scrape it really, really well, because if not, the light does not shine through it the right way. You won't get the same effect if you are lazy. You have to take the time to do it right. It gets messy. So if you do not like the feeling of this on your hands, and I know a lot of people don't like certain things on their hands, then wear gloves and wear an apron. I know I didn't, but protect your clothes if you don't want it to get all dirty. Now to take everything out from the inside of this pumpkin. You want to make sure to scrape it really, really well, especially that part, that rim on the top. You want to make sure you get all of it out. Look. Yay. So you want to get a napkin and just wipe it all off. If you're like me and you're messy, you kind of just wipe it off and get all the little pieces of pumpkin guts that got all over it. So you have a clean working space. Then you're gonna wanna tape your stencil to your pumpkin, to the side that you like most, to the part that looks the best, and where you wanna actually carve it, just tape it on there. Next step is to get the little tool that pokes holes and just outline it all in little holes so it's easier for you to carve. I've done already some holes. I still have to fill in the rest. So you're gonna wanna take it and just do all of it. Okay, so I finally finished poking the holes, so I'm ready to carve. But before I can carve, I gotta take off the paper, tape and all, and get to work. So with this stencil, it actually told me what I should cut first, and that's that little circle right there. So I'm gonna make sure to do that first, and then do the rest. Carved, but you have to make sure, like I said, for the finishing touches and for it to get the best maximum effect, you have to get rid of all the little pumpkin guts. So you just have to go on and just scoop out the rest of it and just clean it up so it could look all pretty. But yeah. I'm finally finished. Yeah, so finished product. It was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. It has very detailed and intricate cuts, which make it very difficult, which is why, pro tip, toothpicks really help if you make a mistake. And I've made plenty of mistakes. May the force be with you.